Before I begin this video, what the fuck? Scaling. It's a tradition as old as time. You want to put two fictional characters against each other? Well, there's one thing you must do first. You have to figure out the potential power of each of your fighters. So, I took it upon myself to scale each member of Hololive English and then put them in a tier list. Because bitches love tier lists. Now let's get into my overall guidelines. First, I'm only covering Generation Myth in this video, and I plan to do the rest in the future. So all I ask is for a little patience. Second, my sources are the official lore videos made by Hololive and the Omniversal Battle Wiki. But dude, the wiki isn't an official look, I get it, but this is mostly a fun and loose scaling made for entertainment. Finally, we're going to do the classic SSS to D. Triple S being the strongest in the verse, and D just kind of being a person. Now, let's begin with
Fuck your friend!
Mory is an easy high tier. Considering she is the next incarnation of death, it's really hard to scale her low. But trust me though, there are some people that put her in her place. Back to Mory. Anything you can imagine a physical manifestation of death being able to do, she can most likely do it. There's only one slight caveat. She doesn't know what the afterlife is.
I wish I could have told that girl that her ancestors were waiting for her on the other side. That it did not matter how short her life was because heaven is a paradise. But those are all fairy tales. Nobody knows what lies at the top of those stairs.
She has her assumptions obviously, but she doesn't have a concrete idea of what it could be. If we take one member into consideration, don't worry, we'll talk about her in the next video, this can really hold back her potential scaling. For now, she'll go into S tier, but it may be subject to change. Next is Yara is another high tier. She's a phoenix, so her strongest ability is to come back to life after dying. She has other abilities like fire manipulation, be able to switch back and forth through her human and phoenix forms, and so on. But one thing that I absolutely have to bring up is the usual room. The usual room is an infinite multiverse labyrinth that is used, for lack of better description, to torture people.
Here is your tears collected in bottles. Wonderful. A lot of tears. We've collected many tears. Here we have some chairs. I cannot explain what happens in these chairs. It might have something to do with what's written here on the wall. Does that look like you can go home through that door? Wrong. Peepaw, peepaw.
This room is really hard to scale her because I believe she's an A tier, but with the inclusion of the usual room, it kind of fucks it. So I'll put her in A for now, and you can let me know in the comments down below if I should put her in S. Now,
Wake up, wake up. Wake up.
Now, Ina is a curious case. She is linked to a group called the Ancient Ones. Now, the Ancient Ones seem to be a very powerful presence of the old times. Unfortunately, we know fuck all about them. So to summarize, they are vaguely powerful, but we really don't know to what extent that is. She also has the ability to control the tentacles on her back, but let's be honest here, that's not the most powerful ability ever. She also has one more ability. She can erase people with a thought, I guess. Joking aside, it does have one really big restriction. You have to speak negatively about her forehead.
A lot of people were writing on your forehead. I saw on your forehead.
Yeah, those people don't exist anymore.
They don't exist. What'd you do to them? What'd you do to them?
Don't worry about it. They're snapped into the void.
Oh my god.
So, I'm gonna put her in B tier for her very stark limitations. Now, a quick message from the Ancient Ones.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we won't fucking kill your family or you or something like that.
Your eyes are too far apart.
Yeah, well, they're closer than your mom and dad will ever be.
Gura is undoubtedly the easiest to rank on this list. She's an Atlantean, so she has a very modest power set. Above human strength, very outlet of water control, i.e. water creation, manipulation, adaptation, etc. And finally, the ability to turn into a shark and back at will. She's definitely a B, and I'm so happy she doesn't have a random one-off power that I hopefully didn't miss. She announced her graduation in the middle of scripting for this video, and all I'm gonna say is, man, shit is not easy. I'm happy if she's happy, but this one is definitely gonna hit the VTubing community hard.
Time to find Joe. Joe who?
Amelia has two very distinct things about her. She has superhuman intelligence and the ability to time travel. With that, I feel she doesn't leave D on most cases because she is just a person. With one little caveat, she's conceptually immortal, but no, how is she? Okay, let me fucking explain it, you'll know why. Spoilers for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure up ahead. I do urge y'all to check this out, by the way. It's one of my favorite series. It's like one part of Funny Valentine's ability. If he dies, he can have an alternate universe version of himself replace him. So as long as an Amelia with the ability to time travel always exists, she cannot truly die. So with that one possibility of an asshole, she gets moved from a D to a C. Because she's still a human. It's not like she can do much after being immortal. If y'all don't mind, I would just like to have one moment for Gura.
ダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたい
I hope y'all enjoyed my video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I know to make more of this style of content. Besides that, I hope y'all have a good one.